Sorry, guys. Um, I got a call from hubby. Let me fix my pillows all in the back looking ghetto. I got a call from hubby tonight, so I was talking to him and yeah, family first. Um and I don't put a limit on our calls um until the thing says sorry, you got to go. But I wanted to talk to him, so when he calls, it's like our time together, so it couldn't be interrupted for the sake of a live. But I apologize to you guys because that has nothing to do with you. TMI, right? Hopefully everybody had like a good Thanksgiving. Um, it was a mixed. I had mixed emotions. Like in one hand, I was like just wanted to stay in my bed and sleep all day because my hubby is where he is, and just knowing, how lonely it may be for him, um, how lonely it can be for me. But my friends invited me out, so I was like, you know what? Let me, put some clothes on, get cute, and celebrate the holidays. And so that's what I did. I went to my brother's house, which is really one of my best friends, um, and decided to spend it with his family and my nephews and yeah, my friends. So I ate and had the itis, and yeah. And no, I didn't eat leftovers because at that point I was sick and tired of the smell of dressing. But how was your holidays? Was it good? Did somebody like mess up the holiday spirit? Like, did y'all have any moments where it was like, okay, wish that didn't happen? Hi guys. Okay, now I can see you guys. Okay, because the comments weren't. Okay, now I can see you guys. I eat the sides. So I eat the sides. I'm not vegan, I'm vegetarian. Um, I was vegan. I can't be vegan right now. It takes way too much discipline, and I baked a cake the other day and I indulged in a whole chocolate cake. Yeah. But that's because I'm tightening up on my eating habits starting this month. Yeah, I know there's a lot of people live tonight, so um but I wanted to kind of catch up with you guys because I had been MIA for the last two scenes or episodes, and I didn't do my reviews because literally life has been lifing and I've been busy as hell trying to hold down the fort and just doing what I do, chasing new opportunities. And so I was extremely busy. Um, so I just eat the sides: macaroni, sweet potatoes, um, whatever doesn't have meat in it, greens. Hi, guys. All right. So we got 100 in the chat. Woo, woo. we're going to get into it. First of all, y'all are fans of this show. And some of y'all have been watching from day one. And some of y'all know more about these people than I do, apparently, because you guys have been there from like season 1. So shout out to all the season 1, day 1 fans. Oh, and I got my nails shaped differently. Usually I've been a square girl, but I said, let me round it up a little bit. And I think it's a little bit more feminine and dainty. And I love that. Right. Yeah. So shout out to my nail tech for doing my new shape. But I think that, yeah, shout out to all the day ones. She said, I was a fan of the show. Right. It has definitely taken a change, a change or spin. It's definitely not the same as it was. And we're going to talk about it. So it seems as though we're going to go back. I'm going to go back to not last week's episode or this week's. I'm going to go back to last week's first. We're going to start there. It seems like Nell and Mel's relationship is unraveling. Does it seem like that to you guys? This is what I'll say. There's going to be moments when all friendships have or can have a bump in the road. Okay. Disagreements, whatever the case may be. But I'm the type of friend that I want to make sure I say this correctly. I'll check my friend in private, if that makes sense. Like if you my friend and you do something that I think is like foul or it's not right, and it's something that I want to hold you accountable for, I'm going to do it when it's just me and you. Because that's the type of person I am. I'm not going to do it on camera necessarily. I'm not going to do it talking to my man or talking to another friend, or I'm going to go straight to you, just like I've done in the past with my friends. I'm going to go straight to you and say, hey, even if you're not my friend, if there's an issue, just like when on a girls trip, I approached Trish and I was like, hey, you got a problem? What's your problem with me? It wasn't on no cameras. Now the other girls were around, but this was the only time I knew that I would be around her. I knew there was not going to really be or I wasn't assuming that there would be like a one-on-one time with her. So I went straight to the source. I'm a straight to the source type of person. Same thing when I reached out to Destiny. It's like I'm going straight to you. I'm not going to go and express my thoughts about you to someone else without expressing them to you first. Now you can vent, you can vent to your other friends. You can vent to your hubby and you can talk about the situation. Because sometimes I do it to hold myself accountable. Because if I tell someone my side of the story, I want you to hold me accountable. Because sometimes I want to make sure my judgment isn't off. So that's the reason why I go to other people like, hey, am I tripping or okay? Right? I'm going to check my friend to you directly. I'm going to go straight to my friend. I'm going to check my friend. I'm not going to do it in a way where it's like, I play like, oh, you know what? It's all good, friend. And then like, I go and tell somebody else, like, you know what? Woo woo got me messed up because this and that. That's not what I would do. So I feel like on that note, I see how things can get messy because you got to nip it in the bud, like right then and there. And if you need time to process whatever the case may be, that's fine. Because everybody is not a hit it on the head right there type of person. Sometimes you need to take time to process it, especially if it's something that really bothers you. Cool. Address your friend. Even if you ain't friends, that's just how I am. I'm going to go directly to the source first. It's not going to be no guessing on what she said. I'm going to say it right to you. That's just me. Okay. That's all I got to say about the episode of that last week because I didn't really talk about it. Let's get into this week's episode that was just passed. Sometimes I feel like I'm watching two different shows. Sometimes I feel like I'm watching two different shows. Maybe even three, because when I'm there and I'm seeing stuff happen, okay, cool. But hearing certain people recap and talk about certain things, then seeing how they were in person, and then seeing how they make sense of what happened, it's like crazy. Is anybody else confused? Now, I will say this about the show. Producers can suggest certain things or whatever. We cannot put a stick up your butt and tell you to say something if you don't want to say it. You have the right to say no. You have the right to say, I don't want to talk about this. You have the right to say, no, I'm not going. As you see, sometimes Mill doesn't always show up to certain things. So you have the right to say no. No one's holding a gun to your head and saying, hey, you got to say this. Hey, you got to invite this person. Hey, you got to do this. You got to. Everybody's grown. Because, oh, girl, crazy. Allegedly, in my opinion. How do you sit up here and say like that, this person is the worst friend, this person is this and is that, and then like, call it, yeah, I'm invited to the party. It's starting to feel like the Twilight Zone. I mean, I'm just saying. It is starting to feel like the freaking Twilight Zone. I mean, I literally have not experienced anything like this in real life. This level of crazy, cuckoo, catty dramatics, I don't think I've ever experienced. And if I ever saw that when I was younger, I would avoid it. Because I'm like, this shit, like, this shit is crazy. I did like the scene where I think it's interesting how they always put her and Kimmy together like they have this chemistry, and they really don't. They don't have chemistry. They're two different, they have two different personalities. It's so obvious. And to me, it feels so forced. When they're talking to each other. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I don't think that they have real chemistry. So I just dropped the link to the chat. We're going to get into it. I thought the scenes with, I don't want to say too much about this one person because y'all gonna feel like I'm hating, but I'm just really being just. You can't knock a person for hustling. You can't knock a person for trying. But I think it looks kind of crazy. I guess you got to start from somewhere. Even if it's not your kitchen, you got to start from storage units, kitchens, whatever. Get it how you get it. But after years of being on this show, we're talking about years. Moving along, we're going to go ahead and go right into we're going to go right into the Martell drama. Listen. How many? I'm going to go right to it. How many of y'all think Martell's lying about the drama with him and Marcel? Y'all, when I say that girl was crawling up behind her at the girls' trip, I thought I will agree with Kimmy. I thought that they were on the road to something because it was giving, please be my friend. And then when she sat them two little braids down on that bench and was talking about Mel kissed up to her, and I was like, where was you at? Because I saw something totally different. Even Kimmy said, yeah, she was fighting over the seat. So y'all know it ain't just me saying it. I wasn't the only one who said this. And me and Kimmy didn't rehearse that. If that ain't the fakest shit I've seen, I have not, like I said, guys, I really have not witnessed anything to this level in my life. Word as shit. Okay. Bat shit. At first, I thought it was for the show and just putting on, but the girl is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. All right. So, Martell outing or allegedly outing Marceau, talking about how they had sex with girls together, talking about how Tisha was sleeping around with somebody allegedly. Do y'all think it's just fluff? Do you feel like he's deflecting? Or do you feel like he's mad because he's the only one who got caught and actually ruined his family? I feel like you know, you never know, right? Because he could be saying it out of being upset, wanting to get back at Marceau for not sticking up. But why would you say that? Even if you're mad about him not sticking up for you in an interview, why would you accuse him constantly? Seems like he's been accusing him for a long time. These 20 women has been they were talking about that when I was producing. They were talking about the 20 women way before I even came on the show. So do you guys think that you guys think it's cheating? You think it's true? And you know what I find interesting? I feel like this season, Tisha had been going really hard in defense for Destiny against me. Yeah, she caught herself checking me a couple different times, right? It was very interesting how she had nothing to say when Tisha was being accused of cheating on her husband. She had nothing. She had said no. She had not one word to say. Oh, why? Because it was coming out of Martell's mouth. You said Tisha is going up for Destiny because she knows Destiny goes up for Mel. Mm. Mm. She had nothing to say. I thought that was interesting. Someone says, "Do you think it's cheating if she knows?" No. If she knows, maybe she doesn't care. I found it interesting though, when she was like, show proof. When guys cheat, do they really keep the proof? I think they don't want the proof to be kept because then it would be a fact and proven that they're cheating. So I don't know what proof could be shown unless he snuck a video of them cheating together. But who does that? That's kind of creepy. So I think that wanting the proof is a bit far-fetched, or because I don't think that men really keep proof of them actually cheating, because they like delete the stuff out their phones, right? They, you know, hide whatever stuff they can, that would get them guilty. So I don't really think that there's proof necessarily. But I mean, you know what? Damn if you do, damn if you don't. They're still going to be together. They're still together. So I don't really think it matters. And that's their marriage, however they choose to handle whatever scandal that is. But I just think it's interesting how Martell always accuses Marceau of that. It's like, to me, he really wants him to be in trouble like him. I kind of get that vibe. Like, he's like, I ain't the only one that be cheating. Like it's like a kid, like when they kind of tattletale and they run to the teacher like, I was the only one who ate those cookies. He ate them too. And everybody's like, but you're the one who got caught eating the cookies, so don't count. maybe that's the rationale behind it. You asked me, is Alonda Martell's cousin? I am not aware of that. Again, I don't even know the lady. I only know her because that's the information Destiny had provided me with in terms to blackball Mel. So I don't know her personally. I only saw her twice during the season that I was producing because she was invited to a couple events. I don't know if they're cousins or not. Does the Scott man like Mel? Which Scott man? I believe that you said, is there really a tape of Mel and who has seen it? So when I was filming, I wasn't aware of this stuff until later after scenes. I don't know, but apparently certain people said that they've seen, the tapes or whatever. I don't know, but apparently there is, because didn't he get Like, wasn't he found guilty for something? And I don't even know all the details to that, but allegedly he was found guilty for um DV or whatever. So I'm not sure. I don't even want to get the titles wrong because y'all would go ham on me for saying the wrong thing. I'm just saying, obviously there was something, because if the courts get involved and the courts start um pursuing, and he was convicted, then obviously there was something there that was done with ill intent. Okay, and he was found guilty in a court of law. So it's no longer about whose opinions, it is about facts that can be proven in a court of law. That's what I do know. You can't go in there with allegedly something. No, it has to be, this is a factual thing. Hold on, guys. What the fuck is that? How can I help you? Everspring Pharmacy. Oh, okay. Here I come. Sorry, guys. Delivery that I didn't know about. His mistress was supposed to be put. Oh, the mistress, yes. That low down dirty girl, that is trifling. Like, first of all, it's kids involved. Why would you ever want to like put somebody out like that anyway? It just makes no sense. Hold on, guys. I gotta get this real quick. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I have to receive this delivery, okay? Sorry, guys. I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting that at all. So, where was I? Come on up if you want to chat with me. I'm not going to be on here long. So I have some stuff I need to do. But hit the like button, y'all. Make sure you guys subscribe. Yes, you can tell this is totally impromptu. Like, I didn't plan this out tonight. But I have not. I know some of you guys are more versed on the actual case. I tend to stay out of it because it's not really my business. So I don't really know the details of that stuff, to be honest. So I don't want to misspeak about anything. I'm just speaking on the fact that the man was convicted. I don't know anything else about the full case.
Hi, Sunny. Good night. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, love?
I am great. Thank you for asking. So, I have two questions.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't feel like they're messy. It's just I'm curious. So one, During the time that you were a producer and then as a cast member, have you ever heard any of the women in particular ask Melody about how her children are doing, how they are dealing with, all the different changes that, they've gone through in terms of their family dynamics and all of that. Have you ever heard anybody ask her that question?
Never.
Wow.
I've never heard anyone bring up her kids at all.
That's sad.
Never. That's a interesting point, and that's an interesting question that you asked. I've never heard anyone.
Not even while you were a producer, it was never a seed. No,
Mm-mm.
that
Nobody's
is
ever asked about her children in my presence, or
because I would
ever
like
even
to.
just even not in her presence, but just speaking. Like the kids. No,
Like
not
even
that I can
off
think of.
camera, like everybody's sitting around just chilling.
Not nope, not to where it would be significant enough for me to remember. No, I can say
That is
like no, can't think of. Here's the thing. I know I came in, late in the game as a producer with the show.
mm-hmm.
The show had already been going, but I have not seen any empathy or sympathy towards her at all. Honestly.
That's what it because
I haven't. I'm not even
I've
trying to be
always
funny.
felt like
I
is
just
it that is it that they're asking these questions and it's not being shown? Because
I've never
I'm not
seen it
trying to
even
like
on
give
like a
grace.
no, I've never seen it even on like a scene that got cut. I've never like when you just asked me a question, I'm being honest with you. I've never I not that I can recall. I mean, there may have been one time maybe, but it would be so vague and so um I don't recall anybody
Because the only
mentioning the
scene
children.
I can remember is I don't know if it was last season or the season before. Mel had a one-on-one with Nell Fletcher where she had like a very emotional moment where she's like it's hard with the weekends on weekends off. Now there was that scene, but in terms of like the core six of the group, the the women who are a part of the core six, i.e. Tisha and Kimmy, I've always been like, they've known her kids. Tisha, they used to have like birthday parties together and stuff like that. And I've always been curious, like, have they never asked her, like,
Um
how
so
are the babies?
so that last scene what you talked about with Neil, I wasn't producing at that time because that was the last season, right? I wasn't producing at that time.
Okay.
So Neil wasn't even on the show when I was producing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, she was kind of just spoke of like in like, oh, his wife, because Fletcher was around, but not Neil.
No. Mm-hmm.
Um, and this is to be fair, because I'm always a person that tries to
Be
make
fair.
be fair.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they don't speak out of respect, and just saying, okay, we're not gonna bring the kids up at all.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's their way of showing respect to the situation. But this is what I'll say.
Mm-hmm.
Respect not mentioning is one thing, but to show concern is another.
Yeah.
And so even if you didn't want to bring up the children in terms of just because it's disrespect to bring up people's children in general,
Yeah.
hey, how are the kids? I think is
Yeah,
a
that's
safe
different.
space
Yeah.
to show like, hey, I actually want to know, are your children, are you okay? Are your children okay? I have not seen that type of sympathy towards male. And I think it has a lot to do with how some of them may feel about Mel. And so that doesn't allow them to feel sorry for her situation. That's the only logical thing I can make it make sense because I feel a way knowing that, take out my bias of
Mm-hmm.
being the outsider and the girl that's not cared for in the group, right?
Yeah.
Just being a woman and knowing a woman had this happen to her on national TV, her
Mm-hmm.
family was directly impacted, her
Yeah.
children, her life, her, I automatically feel away. I feel like, damn, I automatically feel like I just, that makes me feel away.
Yeah.
And for both sides, it's like, damn, this was something that was bigger than, that's the American dream. That's your family. Like that's the core of everything. Like, and so for that to be impacted the way it was, it's like, damn, you gotta feel some type of sympathy for that.
Yeah.
Um, all this
And
side
also,
chicken and side dude and stuff, that's a family, you know. Um,
yeah, yeah, a whole family. Because
uh-huh.
I've always said too that it's always been weird to me that you have so many mothers on that show and you have so many fathers on that show and you have people who are, they're not content creators, they're not fans of the show. These are people who had a level of a relationship, of friendship with both parties, to know in and themselves that Melody has been a great mother, right?
Yeah. I
And
mean,
to watch her ex drag her through family court.
I
I
think it's the
never can
bias.
understand why nobody has ever said to Martha, like, you know, you're wrong for that. You know, that lady is a phenomenal mom. Like, forget how I feel about Melody and our
Yeah.
friendship. You know, that lady is a great mom. Why are you dragging her through family court? I'm
And I
like,
think that's
why is
her whole
nobody saying
issue.
that?
I think that's her whole issue with a lot of them is that they never did that. And okay, here's me. I'm trying to be.
Devil's advocate.
Maybe they did it. Maybe they did it and we didn't see it. Okay. Maybe they did it and I wasn't there. I'm just saying in my presence.
But in the same way that we heard Marsaw say, well, you know, a man doing revenge P, I have no respect for him. That's great. I said on my channel, I give him two taps for that. Finally,
Yeah.
somebody said it.
Right. He's
But
the
I
only one that
wish
said it,
he's the
right?
only one. But I also wish that in that same breath, somebody would have said, and to add to that, I have no respect for a man who would drag his ex through family court when they know that she's a phenomenal mom. You know, because all these things are serious things that are happening
They
at the
can't.
hands of Martell.
Well, obviously they don't care too much because baby, we saw how hard they was talking and going against me for Destiny this season. And
Yeah,
they didn't have that, they didn't give that um I
energy.
didn't see it aired. They didn't give that energy towards anything else. And I guess it's the bias of okay, because I was a producer, I was just a producer, I was no one's friend, right? So
Mm-hmm.
it's easy to attack me. But then it's like, okay, we were friends with both of these people, but even if I'm the type of person, and this is why I do agree with Miss Nell, I'm the type of person that I believe in holding my friends accountable,
Okay.
right? Cause like when I first came onto the show, learning everybody from scratch, I wasn't a fan of the show. I didn't watch the show.
Mm-hmm.
I tried not to even study the episodes before me just because I knew how things could be edited. I didn't know the setup of things. So I was just like, let me just get to know these people as individuals,
Yeah.
not
Because
knowing
I
all
think
their
too
past.
that and I might not, I don't know, because I've never been like a producer at that level.
Mhm.
But I would think that if you've watched previous seasons coming in as a producer, it would kind of like um
Taint your thought process.
yeah, and it would influence how you produce them based on the previous seasons.
And I didn't do that. So
Mhm.
me coming in fresh, I didn't dislike Martell because I didn't
Okay.
know all the facts. I didn't know everything that happened. I was
Hmm.
learning it I was learning it from each person, kind of trying to see what happened and make
How
sense of it.
everybody feels about.
Yeah. So
Hmm.
I didn't come in hating Martell. I came in with the open mind and listening to him. I don't hate him now, but I'm just saying I didn't come in like, yeah, you ain't shit. So when I was talking to him, I would just be really like, so what happened? And you cheated because of what? And so just trying to make sense of whatever. And even in that moments, I would
It didn't make
hold him
sense.
accountable and be like, they weren't right. So my thing is, you ain't even gotta like, just say they don't like Mel.
I
You
mean,
don't even
at
have to
this
be
point,
like, you don't have to like a person to just be like, that's messed up, right?
wrong is wrong, right is
Yeah,
right.
like wrong is wrong and right is right. Like at the end of the day, just please just, and I think it would have made so much of a difference in their relationships today had they just done that, to show a little bit of that towards her, even with a disdain that they may have or whatever. Um,
As women, I
as
dislike
women, yeah.
hearing people say, "Oh, that was just a text message. That's not anything." When the laws on the book says that that text message is a threat and it's illegal.
I mean, clearly it's illegal. Clearly the man is going through legal issues right now. Clearly,
Mhm.
I mean, he's faced some type of conviction. I don't know the full details of what it is, but I mean, and still even in that, no one said, dang,
You're
you
just gonna
know,
lie to our faces, like everybody except for Marsa. Again, two taps to him. Everybody
because
just sat
Marceau is
there.
fearless, and that's why I like Marceau. Marceau is fearless, and he doesn't care. He doesn't try to be super censored in terms of like, oh, I don't want to say this because it may make this person mad or this person. He says what he wants to say, and I am glad he stood up at some point and said, "Yeah, I don't
I don't
trust
have
nothing
any
you say.
respect.
Yeah, I have no
Yeah.
respect because." If that ain't the realest thing that I've seen on this show all season, just because of the simple fact that's like he was being real and he didn't say it. I don't think he was saying it to try to be mean, nasty. He was like, yeah, I don't have no respect for that. That ain't cool.
And
Nobody
everybody
else
should
was like,
have.
yeah, you're right.
And
Everybody else was just like,
we're not trying to say nothing. We're not trying to ruffle this unhinged man's feathers. Well,
and it was
let
just like,
Martha have it. And that was weird to me because I feel like, again, there were what, four women there? Four women
child. And
were
everybody talking
there.
about girl code. And like that was been like the
That
topic of the
part, I
whole
was just
freaking
about to. I
season.
was just about
Girl
to go
code,
there.
girl code, girl code, girl. But it's like,
Oh my gosh.
and you know what? Like this is
And
my thing.
three
I
three out of the four
uh-huh.
are in, well, at that point in time, I would say we're in an okay enough space with Melody, I feel, where they should have been like, yeah, we don't got no respect for that either.
No,
So it's like,
they
how
just stay out of it.
comes?
But I think they just stay out of it too, because at this point it's like they may feel like it's too late.
I don't think standing up for what is right is
I'm just saying in
ever
their
too
opinion,
late.
like
Yeah.
in their
But I'm saying
position.
to that, if they're listening in the bushes, it's never too late to stand up for what you feel is right. And as women, right? Forget about the melody of it all, right?
Hmm.
Because I've said that what Melody did, it probably helped five women out there whose ex-boyfriends, ex-husbands were sending them the same threats, and they didn't know that that was illegal, and they could bring those text messages down to a police precinct and file charges so that it would stop. So if you take Melody out of it and just say, I support any woman
Yeah.
who would make the choice to go and report that threat, I would give them kudos for that.
But no,
But
they
they're
want
not
to
even saying
support
that.
a girl who is a real true homewrecker,
Uh, I mean,
allegedly. Allegedly,
we got to put the allegedly.
allegedly.
It's crazy. And for her, ugh, God, and this part annoyed me so much. For her to stand there and then say to Marsau, well, if it's true, how many interviews has this man done where he said that he did the mess? For you to now stand there as a
I don't think
woman,
they see it as a big deal.
I-
I,
but how can I
I
don't
don't
know,
think they
how
see
can
it.
they not?
I don't think they see it as a big deal. I think that they're just. I feel like, and I'm really saying this about Kimmy. I feel like she's just like I'm staying neutral. I'm not getting in it, and I feel like
I think Kimmy
that's
don't
what
care
she
about
is.
anything that's not Maurice. Honestly, I don't think she cares too much about Tisha. I don't think she cares about Destiny. I don't think Kimmy cares about anybody that's not Maurice.
Well, she got her own issues dealing with that. You know what I'm
And that
saying?
too.
So that's probably why she's just like, I'm just focusing on me and mine. Mine
And my
coming in
name is
late.
Bennett, and I'm not in it.
Mine coming home late. I don't know what's going on.
So I'm gonna just stay out of everybody else's
Yeah, I
problem.
think she just like, I'm gonna stay out of it. I done be cancer child. I'm just over it. So I
Yeah,
mean, I feel like I feel like this group is tired. And I
it's
don't mean that
it's a
like,
merry-go-round.
yeah, I
They
think they're
they go
all
back to the same
tired
thing. Yeah, every
of the
season.
fighting and the bickering and whatever has been taking place each in every
But
season.
if they were truly tired of that, then I don't know. Can cast members say to the executive producer of the show that no, we all agree that this person should not be a part of the cast? Can cast
Um,
members do that?
no,
Oh, okay.
it doesn't work like that, unfortunately. But I can't say in terms of like if you're an executive producer, I don't know how
Mhm.
much rights that they have um with the actual process, but I know things
Mhm.
get a little dwindled down when you have a network involved. You know, you have
Okay.
different levels of.
So you feel like the network wanted Destiny back?
Well, as you heard Carlos say in his interview, they were in talks.
Okay.
Um the network wants whatever's best for the show
For
in
the
terms
show.
of for the show to keep going. Okay.
Okay.
They're not a bias like, oh my God, we want Destiny back. They're
Hmm.
for keeping the show going.
Going.
And, you
Okay.
know, it's a business. It's not.
So then the way that looks then is the minute they heard that you got married to Moses, they saw a way for her to come back. And that's what they were interested in. Not her individually. Because I
Yeah,
feel
I
like
don't
if
think so.
you had said no, we're good. We don't care about nothing that's going on over there right now. She would have been out because
What would she have talked about? But the same
right.
thing she's been talking about for the last however many seasons, because she's not talking about her ex-husband.
Can't talk
Um,
about him.
she can't talk about him. She would have. She if you took Sonny and Moses out the, and I'm talking in third person. If you took
Yeah.
Sonny and Moses out the picture,
Hmm. There
she
would
would
be
just be
nothing.
attacking male again
And it would be her, she would probably be trying to, because last
and having another
season,
fake relationship on TV,
al-
allegedly.
allegedly, last season, I feel like they made, they gained some headways in terms of getting the cast back to a place where when everybody's in a scene together, it doesn't feel like they're about to poke each other's eyes out with a fork. It kind of was heading towards that space, in my opinion, given how we saw last season go down. And I felt like bringing her back was like going in the opposite direction. Like, do y'all actually want peace on this show? Do y'all actually want storylines to move forward, or do y'all want the same regurgitated, I'm mad at you for these five things that you're actually lying about?
Um, I think from speaking with the cast, because I spoke to them even while we were filming,
Mm-hmm.
everyone does. I feel like they all want the show to keep going, and but they do want to change. They want to change the direction of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Um, just speaking from to everyone, they do feel like they want to change it. But when I said I think this group is tired, I think that they're tired, and now it's just they're just going with the motions.
But they film. It seems like they film all year round.
They do. They film a lot. I mean, 9 months.
Yeah, that's is that. I mean, from your
That's not
experience,
no.
is
That's
that
not
abnormal?
no. They is this show is actually very different from a lot of shows. A
Hmm.
lot of shows do film a long time, but Love and Marriage Huntsville, baby, they
They
give
in
their
real
whole
time. I
time.
mean, and that's cute in some sense, because as we the fans are seeing things, but then it works against them too, because we're seeing things play out in real time on social media, and then when we expect that it's going to play out the same way on the show, it doesn't. A lot of context is missing. And then, in particular, Melody's fans, we're the villains because when we are correcting the narrative that's being presented on the show
Mhm.
and bringing the receipts from what actually happened on social media as we saw it, everybody's like, oh, y'all are crazy. But how are we crazy when we're bringing the truth?
Well, I just think that to label a group of people as these crazy fans, hell, all the people on the show, like I don't think you can just pinpoint and
Mm,
say one group of fans are causing
all the
anything
havoc. Yeah.
because I've been hackled by people who are not millimeters.
Who literally sat on their platform and said that they're doxing you. And they're going
Exactly.
to
So,
continue to dox you.
one thing I can say, now I can't tell who's a T squatter or Kimmy Coo or whatever. I don't know their squads, but what I can say is I've gotten a lot of support from the millimeters. And from what I know, they seem to be a rational group of women. Now, I think because this fan base has grown and become its own thing, that
Mm-hmm.
people can hide behind it as well and be
Yeah.
like, and so it takes a lot of blame either which way. But there's been people that are proclaimed millimeters or whatever that have had opinions about me, but they haven't went out their way to dox me and say all these crazy things. I haven't seen that from the millimeters. They seem like to me rational
They
women.
have an opinion and they state it and they go about their
Yeah, like
business.
educational, like and that could be some T squad people too. I don't know all the different
Yeah.
squads, but I just know Mel has a big fan base on this show. And I'm gonna say this. Um, I feel like a lot of the other ladies have not had such a traumatic experience happen on television.
Mm-hmm.
So their experience is slightly different, what I'm gonna say, but I think that I can see why um a fan base was formed and felt like they needed to protect her. Because again, here I am, a person on really the outside
Mm-hmm.
coming in like, dang, that's messed up. And feeling that need to be like, this is a person I just want to give a hug to and support because of I couldn't imagine going through all of that myself and what that would have been like to get through that and still keep this pretty face and be exposed to the world on television. Like,
Yeah.
so I understand why the support is so strong because especially if you guys are watching it not feeling like it's being shown.
Yeah.
I can see why, you know what I mean? But hey, listen,
And truth be
I'm
told,
just a
we
fly on the wall. I don't know.
and truth be told, I continue to say I have a soft spot for Kimmy. I don't see it for some things that she does, but
I
I've
do
continued
too.
to say I have a soft spot for
I do
Kimmy.
too.
And
I
so
do
it was
too.
crazy for
With the
me
cancer.
to hear her say that Melody's fans don't like her when during her entire cancer, battle, I feel like we gave the most support, especially when Maurice was sitting on interviews saying the dumb stuff that he was saying. Oh, she soldiered through it. And we're like, That's not okay. And we became the villains for saying, baby girl, as you're going through such a serious illness, what he's saying to you on camera is not okay. Oh, it's just in your head, you know?
I
Y-
agree. I mean,
And
well, I'm with
it
you.
wasn't okay.
I was praying and crying with her, okay, and feeling that I'm an empathetic person, so I felt that too, and I was like, and see, when I was producing, again, I wasn't so tapped in with the fans. I thought
Yeah.
Kimmy was liked, well
She
liked by
actually
everybody.
was, she was like, we
I
were
don't know where
neutral.
things changed, but um, I think I know that she tries to stay neutral in a lot of situations because you got to think these people are her family. Like the Scotts are her
Yeah.
family, and then you have Mel who she may have a relationship with. So I could see how it would be a trying position that she's
And
in.
that's why I say I have a soft spot for her, because I understand that she's between a rock and a hard place
Yeah.
where she is the outsider in that family. It doesn't matter how many years she been married to that man, she is the outsider in that family. Maurice was married to a whole other woman who had relationships with some people in that family before Kimmy came in, right? Tisha been a Scot what, for almost 20 years now. Okay? So she's outnumbered. So I can see why she would try to, kind of thread on the lines of, I'm not trying to go against my family. She might want to speak up more. She might want to, but the fact is, when the cameras are down, she got a Wanda to deal with. you know, and all these other people that she has to deal with by herself that we don't know about, and we can't help her to navigate. So that's why I continue to say I have a soft spot for her, because I understand that kind of family dynamic, especially because there was one season two it was.
Hmm.
I remember season one when Kimmy sat on the reunion and she said, let's be honest, Tisha, we do sit and talk about Melody. We do. And when we came back in season two, Tisha was filming with Maurice's ex-wife. Okay. So
So much. Okay. It's so much. It's so much. It's so much. But listen, you
oh
have some
gosh.
really good insights.
Listen.
Listen, you calling them down, calling them out. I listen.
Oh, and about your question about whether we believe what's his name, Marsaw, was cheating or whatever. I feel like whatever receipts Martell may have are receipts from like years ago, which would probably be irrelevant to Tisha now. And
Yeah.
probably she knows about those receipts now, which is why she was willing to call his bluff, because she was about to say, "Boy, bye. That's 10 years ago. I know about that. I don't care."
Well, you may be right why you see it.
All
Thanks for being supportive, and I appreciate you for coming
right.
up and chatting with me.
Yes, ma'am. I'm gonna drop down now. Bye.
Bye bye. Ebony.
Hey, girl.
What's going on, Ebony?
Girl. You saw all my questions in the chat,
I'm looking. I'm over here trying to read. Y'all know I got my glasses on, but I'm looking.
baby. So you had said something with regards to the cast and them not showing any form of empathy towards Mel.
Hmm.
My question is, we also see that Carlos does not show empathy towards Melody. Do you believe that they're going by him not saying anything? He had the nerve to come out and said, leave my cast alone. But when it was Melody being attacked, being bullied, being called all sorts of name, you didn't say anything. But you want to come out now and tell people when it was Stormy to leave your cast alone. Do you think that that's the reason why the cast are the way they are, by not showing any empathy? He's not showing any empathy. Own's not showing any empathy for Mel.
Um, In this case, this is a catch 22 right here
And
because
you know,
I I
get in any trouble.
well, child, my middle name is Trouble at this point. Um, I feel like I'm gonna put my producer's hat on, and then I'm gonna put my other side on
Okay.
because I have to look at it because I have a business aspect to this, and then I have now a connection to it personally, right? Um, it's kind of one of those things. The show was created. It started off a one way, and then certain things grew legs in real time. I feel like in their position, meaning the executives and the production and whatever, it was the show doing what the show is going to do, kind of so to speak. And also, I feel like, there's a situation where if one child gets a lot of support because they're the child that needs the support in terms of they're not able to withhold what this other child, like their firstborn, we know the firstborn gonna be all right because they're just that eagle who's gonna soar no matter what. And this other child, we gotta give it a little bit more attention, a little bit more love because it needs it, because it's a little bit more fragile, may not make it through what this other one can, because this first one we know is strong. We've seen this one kind of rise above everything and soar. So it's like, I think in that moment, because whatever support or whatever could have been shown for her at that time, that time had already passed. It was like, well, okay, this is happening. It's continued to happen. Let's show support to this person that it's happening to now. Um,
It's
that's
been,
me being politically
but
fair.
honest, it's been happening for the entire season, right? She's been going through this for the entire life of the show. Like, with regards to even the DB situation, they know Martell is lying through his teeth when he said, "Oh, I wasn't convicted, right? I wasn't convicted." Negro,
Now
not
that could have been, I do feel like that could have been highlighted and some support could have been shown at
right.
some point um for her in this situation. Whether it was a quick video like, hey, we do not condone da 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 da.
They-
Something
Nothing.
could have been done.
Or
Um
at the end of the show, say, we don't condone this. Even with, like, again, the revenge P. Look what happened to Kenya. I don't know if it's because it's Martell and Melody and their ex-husband and ex-wife that they're not saying anything. It's like tight lips, but allow Martell to lie on the show in front
yeah.
of audience.
I like, again, like, I know for sure had I been on the show longer, um, I would have been that person because I'm the person that I can't watch people bully a person or whatever. I can't watch people all team up on a person. I've never been that kid. I've always been the kid that stepped in, or the person that stepped in when I saw that type of stuff. Like, hey, leave that person alone. What y'all alone? Like, I don't think so. For me, I naturally want to protect those that are not protected. So I know for me, I would have had to say something. I would have had to say something.
I think it's disgusting that Melody told Carlos to his face that I really feel like you guys are funding the chaos and nothing happened. It, do you believe that you weren't showing him any love and that's why he did what he did? Like, what? Are you guys not seeing what we're seeing? You see what the millimeters are doing, but you're not seeing exactly what's going on in real life, real time with this entire situation. But then we're the deplorables. We're the bullies.
I can't listen, Ebony. Some of this stuff you're talking about, I want to say some things, but I
Uh,
really gotta wait till you see this reunion
all right. Okay.
because the reunion.
Well, wink once if it's Kimmy that's coming up against Mel, because we going to drag her. Wink, wink, wink. Okay, girl. It was her. Oh, she's about to get dragged.
No, listen. I just blinked. I didn't say
Well,
nothing.
you did multiple times, girl. I have a question, another question. In the scene where they were all standing there and Destiny have her alleged boyfriend there, and Martell says something to the effect, well, don't be acting up because your boyfriend is here, and something to the effect of, and telling him about us. And
I
she
heard
said,
that.
wait, girl, she said, and she said, well, it seems as if somebody's jealous. If my brother or half brother or quarter of a brother say any mess like that to me,
Yeah.
it'll
If
be a
you're indicating that we screwed around, you're insinuating that we had something going on. And listen, I knew they was over because when Lance started following me on IG, I said, "Oh, they must be done."
what he following
Yeah, he started following me, um, like right
you,
after the girls trip.
girl, you
I
better
followed him back.
uh, girl, you know she gonna come on a messy Monday and says, well, look, now Sunny's following my ex like she did to Melody. Melody didn't even do anything with LeBeric. She went to get some food, some briskets, and
He
all of
he was nice. I mean, he like even when I seen him in person, he was always speaking to me. He was like he's a sweet guy. Like he's nice, and I haven't had conversations with him, but he always is pleasant in terms of always acknowledging my presence, and so that just tells me that he's a nice person. Like because he
and
doesn't have to if he's dating the girl who
but
whatever.
is
Um,
are you familiar
alleged.
with anything that's going on? Do you know if he's married? I mean, we can always get the divorce papers, like we can find that, but do you
I I don't know anything about him and what he has going on, but I did see the lovely picture of his family with the
well,
newborn baby.
but I think that's his daughter, they said.
She looks like Nell, so I could see that
Don't
being his
that
daughter.
that's his daughter. I guess from what I understand, he had her at a very, 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 very young age.
Well, clearly he got a woman too, because somebody popped the baby out. Shit. Let's
Yeah.
see her. How many months? Okay, she was well pregnant. Whatever was going on, it's a baby. I mean, hell, listen, I don't. You ain't got to be too smart to understand how that happened. But
Mm.
you know, hey,
Um.
listen, a lot of women
Wait.
don't
Wait.
care if people have babies on the way or if
They
they're
don't.
married in
Well,
relationships.
they don't, because I am still trying to put the timeline between Moses' first wife and the second wife. Was Destiny between both of them?
No, so people misunderstood when I said he got married twice, meaning the first wife and this wife, me.
Or you the second wife?
Yeah, I'm the second wife.
Okay. Okay. So did she try to fight the first wife?
I cannot recall all that stuff because that was before my time.
Mhm.
But the wife and I, the ex-wife and I know each other. Because St. Louis is small. We
Mhm.
share a friend, a mutual friends, a couple of them, because St. Louis is small. So we know each other in terms of we know who each other are, you know. Um, and I've heard a lot of things. She knew who Destiny, was and knew about her. Um, again, I already told y'all, he told y'all they was together since they were children. And so I
She was,
told y'all when I first came on the stage at the podcast, I told y'all when they got divorced,
yes.
2018, 19. Yeah. So, and then, my thing was she tried to make it seem like, oh, me and Moses friends, y'all smashed the first weekend y'all met each other.
I don't know. It's the girl code that I'll need her to get rid of. Get rid of speaking on girl code.
Girl, listen.
That's not your language. That's not your lingo.
It isn't. So just drop it
Right.
because
Not the girl code
it
because
is
you
what it
wasn't
is. It's okay. Like some women move like that, and it's cool. Like it ain't cool, but if that's what you do, that's what you do. But stop trying to hold everybody else to these fake ass standards because
right.
you're not that real as you think. So moving on,
And,
newborn
and
baby.
I don't know how. Yeah, listen, and DV doing DV commercial. What? No, no, man.
All right, and I would say this: I never knew of that. I was never told that. It was never brought up.
That she was AB by Luberick.
Never brought up.
Mm.
So that's all news to me.
But thanks for having
But
me.
yes, yes, Ebony, we're gonna get deeper into it after the reunion.
I
I
know.
will be able to speak freely about a lot of things because you will
Now,
see all.
let me ask you a question. Did you feel offended when, they're talking about everyone is invited, right? Everyone is invited, and you were not in that. It doesn't matter that Moses is not here. You could have still been there, right?
You talking about for that game day?
Mm-hmm.
Well, at that time Moses was still around.
So why weren't you guys invited to that? It just seems like they really, really did use you and now put you aside, right?
We're gonna talk about it, Ebony. We're gonna talk
And
about it, Ebony.
the heck is Letitia and Ken doing in the front screen when they not even married? What the hell? What they doing?
Well, we had our purple outfits on too.
Huh?
We did that shoot, but I don't know why you don't see it.
Oh, so you and Moses did do that shoot to be like, on the and they
I got footage of it.
oh wow. But somebody who is married with her boyfriend is now on the intro? Girl,
I guess their story is more interesting than ours.
what is interesting in having a boyfriend and a husband who seemed like she said it was a plot, it was a plan for them to come on the show and do this, and now y'all having Thanksgiving and eating oxtail and curry goat and all of this together? Ma'am, I'm a Jamaican, sorry. I have to put the curry goat in there.
Well, oh wow, Ebony, you going there? We're gonna talk about it after
It's
this reunion.
weird. I don't watch the show. I was literally
Our,
looking.
our story is real. Like our stuff really happened in real time. I know people thought it was fake, but we never like this was really our life. We're giving you really giving you an insight on this particular situation, being authentically ourselves. I would have loved to show you all more, but we'll see. We'll talk about it. We're gonna talk about it, Ebony.
But again, if they're gonna do this with Destiny, we gonna get that petition back up because you don't have a story. You're saying this is your life. No, Liberic was your life. That's your story. That's what we want to hear. What happened? But we're not hearing anything. It's all about Mel. You came back. You're mocking Mel. Come on, girl. You
I
didn't even.
can't wait to speak. I cannot wait to speak um candidly with you all once this season is over. And I feel like besides the core six, and I think Neil and Fletcher are good for the
No,
entertainment.
they're not.
I
No,
think
they're not. No, they're
I'm
not.
saying I think they good. Like this is me talking for producer. I think they're good for a story. They speak well.
Good.
They're
They
funny. Whatever.
they were so good. And Martell stood there and lied and said, "Oh, I did not get arrested for this." Nell claiming she's screaming on the top of the hill that I'm Mel's friend. Why didn't she stop? It would have been good TV if somebody looked and said, "Wait a minute, Martell, that's not what you said on Queen Sheba. That's not what you said on talking to Nell." There's footage that all the content creators are releasing, and he got away with saying it, or could it be editing that they took that part out that someone confront him? Because Marshall knew about it. Marshall knew about the tape. They had the
Mm.
gall to say, "Oh, somebody's mama was doing something," but Mel is somebody's mama. So who saw the tape? I know you know, Sonny. So drop them names, okay? Drop
Somebody
the
saw,
names.
somebody had to see it because I thought he had it in his phone. I remember when I was on set. I don't know when I was when I was producing. Was it the video? Did it come out then, or was this after? I remember him speaking about something, but I never saw it personally. But Ebony, listen, hold some of those questions because
Mm.
when the reunion comes, that's I gotta keep saying that because I need y'all to watch the whole show, and then I'm gonna be able to tell y'all really gonna be like, what the? Yeah.
Okay, well, we how long we got for this reunion? Because baby, hurry this up.
I know. A couple more episodes after the one where she tried to fight me.
Was that caught on tape?
No.
And they didn't put that.
Oh, baby, I'm talking about earrings off. We're gonna get into it because a friend of mine was there and witnessed it. Earrings off,
Sorry,
taking the shoes off. And I was just standing there like,
listen. Does your friend got it on tape? Because you know we videotape everything now. Tell her to DM me, please. It's Ebony.
she didn't tape it because she was more like, what I gotta do, because it's all of them in the room with you. It gets interesting.
Mm. Did anyone else try to attack Melody? Just all we want to know too.
At the reunion?
We heard that something went down at the reunion. Carlos is implying that Kimmy carried the reunion this year, but Kimmy better keep herself together because we have been really nice to Kimmy, and I'm speaking in my good English language voice now. We've been really nice to Kimmy, but if Kimmy ever make the mistake and come for Mel, she better not make the mistake,
All I gotta say is,
baby.
listen, exhausting. We're gonna keep it. And you gonna come back up. You and I, Ebony, are going to talk once this reunion
That's all I'm
freaking airs because child exhausted is all I got to say. That's my word to describe the reunion.
saying.
Exhausting.
We know she doesn't like Mel. We know she's jealous of Mel. We know this. But if you upset about the red lipstick that even the cameraman pointed out on live television, over 289 people saw this, but you want to come for Mel, or we going to have a field day with her.
Child, listen, I can't say nothing else. All I can do is shake my
Well,
head. All I
girl,
can do is shake my head.
you can shake your head, girl, but it's going to be on if we find out that.
Mel better than me. But
Who?
anyway, woo, child. That reunion.
Girl.
I
Girl.
can't wait. I can't wait till y'all see it. And I can't wait to see how cute I was looking. I was looking cute, y'all.
Oh, we saw you.
No, y'all didn't see me. I ain't post my reunion look.
Oh, really? I thought
I'm
the black
saving it.
outfit was.
That was my interview look. Wait till you see our looks.
Girl.
Wait till you just see all it. Would you see how everything unfolds? Child, I can't wait to talk about it. I'm gonna hold it though. Ebony, I'm gonna drop you down.
Thank you,
And
hon.
we're gonna come back up and we're gonna talk about it once the reunion show. Me and
We
you.
will. We're gonna have a party.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for all your support. I appreciate you.
Always, always. Later.
All right.
Bye.
Ooh, child. Ebony's about to get me up here spilling the beans, child. Too
Hey,
soon.
Sunny. Hey,
Hey,
chat.
how are you?
All right. How about you?
I'm doing good.
Okay. My question is the $105 million lawsuit impacting contracts right now? Or are you filming for the next season? Can you answer that?
That is not in my knowledge. I know nothing about all that, like the lawsuit and what's going on with that. I would be a lie if I said anything on it because I don't know.
Well, it was like Maurice's, addressing content creators about public knowledge, about being a public figure and discussing a television show.
Right.
And
Yeah. But
and
I don't know if it's impacting anybody's contract and all of that. I have no clue about that. That's not my knowledge. You got any other questions?
and I
Sorry.
think no, and I think my last question is kind of um, understanding why in every episode, like everybody has their story to tell, you know what I mean, with their individual lives.
Mm-hmm.
So, but every time they come together or they're shooting the scene by themselves, it's about, well, we went on this trip and, Mel did this, Mel did that. Why is it, or is it, why is the producer not encouraging everybody to kind of tell their story? Mel is not your story each and every, it's about your experience and what are you trying to
They
use.
do. So producers do encourage people to tell their story. But people, again, they cannot force people to tell their story. Some people have gotten away with not telling their story and just kind of floating by. And no one in particular, but I'm just saying, like, they do encourage because as a producer, you want to pull a story. You want to get what they're going through, good, bad, ugly, and different. Some people just don't want to share it because I think of fear of how it may make them look. And not really being true to their reality. It is what it is. If you're going through a hard time, you're going through a hard time.
Right.
You finding yourself, you finding yourself. It's reality. And that's why I was like, okay, I'm excited about sharing our reality. But I think some people are ashamed of their reality.
Okay. But how
Or
does
just
that make
don't
for
want
good
everybody to
TV?
know their business when it comes to certain things. I mean, either or.
What if you're going to get on TV? You got to expect that your business is going to be out there. You know what I mean? It just kind of comes
Yeah.
along with the
That's
dynamics.
true. And hell, that's true. And though, like, so the only thing I disagree with being on TV is the doxing thing.
Absolutely. I
But
agree.
but here's the thing, because I share the thing about me, my life is a testimony. Okay. I made it and
Absolutely.
overcame. I want to share my past and my present and what I plan to do in the future and things like that. I'm not ashamed of that. I think it built me to be this person I am today. It gave me flavor, right? But
Hmm.
I think that some people want to portray, like, I never signed up and said I was this Southern belle. I think some people want to portray and just to seem more than what it is. They want to seem like this is this when it's that and that. So I mean, it is what it is. Living your truth. Hey, if you don't want to tell your
Yeah.
business, you ain't got to tell your business. We're my husband and I both are okay with that. Like I'll say, baby, you sure you want to tell these people you've been locked up for me? He's like, yeah, this is my truth. They're gonna find out anyway. And so this is my life. I'm not ashamed of who I am and where I came from, but I know who I am today because of it. So I was like, go ahead, babe. So we are open. And so we don't hide from anything, but people posting people's information. It's like, okay, what are you getting from that? I don't agree with that just because we're on TV. But I do
That's
think,
inappropriate. It's
yes,
inappropriate.
it's appropriate. But I do think you should share your story because I do it to inspire. I do it to also celebrate where I've come from. Like that's how my mindset is in sharing my life. And why I was open to it. Because I'm like, you know what? I fell in love with this man. We fell in love. And even though it may look this way, love won. And we did it because we wanted to honor God. We want, so I'm okay with sharing that, even with the situation being what it is. Because maybe it's like, hey, the bigger
There's
picture,
nothing wrong with
the
there's
bigger
nothing wrong with your situation. You guys are married. That's your story. That's your truth. You don't owe anybody any explanation about your life, but sharing your story and your journey of how to support your community, to inspire. Absolutely. Um,
yeah. And that's what I think that's what testimony is and life is. I mean, some people who would have to go through nothing great, you know, people who had to overcome. And I think that's why y'all resonate a lot with Mel because of the things she overcame. I think Stormy has a big fan base because of the things she overcame and how she became
Mhm.
successful and coming from a small town. And so that resonates with people. People want to see, like, oh, you know what? If you can do it, I can do it too. So I feel like that's my purpose. Thank you for the super chat. But yeah.
And and so what's the deal with Bug Eyes trying to get active with you? Like I don't understand that. She did this
Ooh,
whole
child.
thing. Which she and then she did the same thing to Mel and Stormy last
Tried to
season before
fight.
last. Like
She
you
tried to
damn near
fight.
a senior citizen. I'm sorry, you're dang near a senior citizen,
Trying to
and
fight.
you out here. You know what I mean? Like what do you, is are you is she putting on for the cameras? Because if you want to
No,
get at
it was really no, this wasn't for the cameras. She really wanted to fight. Um, first of all, I'm very much a Cancer. I don't start drama. I don't start fights. Never been that girl. And honestly, I don't even want to fight. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm,
I don't really want to fight because I'm the type of person, if I was to go there, it's going to be like hell breaks loose. You know what I'm saying? Like,
mhm.
it's going to be life or death type. Not saying, but it's going to be for a real reason for me. I don't get that out of my body about much. Unless you're trying to attack me or something like that, my family. But I'm too grown to fight, you know, and so and fighting over whatever. Like I told y'all last time, she was trying to make it seem like I was talking about her son because I posted a picture of Maury in my stories. Girl, after all these months of you talking shit about me,
Mhm.
I posted a picture of Maury, and that's what did it.
And in terms of direction of the show, it's just kind of it's the show is so toxic and draining. I really don't watch it. I just kind of listen to the reviews at this point. In terms of the direction of the show, I, do you think they're going to make the changes? Because I think that, you know what I mean? It looks like it's run its course if there's not some changes.
I feel like when you got certain toxic people in place, how can it really change? Because one bad apple, it's like when that one avocado in the bag start to get brown. It's like
Mm-hmm.
2 seconds later, all of them got mold on them.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And then you got to throw that one out because it's got mold on it and it spreads.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, the mold don't go away. So I think in order to change the direction, you would have to kill some of the mold. But
Okay.
you know, I'm
Okay.
just an ex-producer. What do I know?
So, in terms of being an ex producer, but and also now being a part of the show, do you still deal with the executive producer to kind of help drive the direction, or you
Oh no,
don't?
no, no. Once you flip over to this side, you on the other side.
So you have a producer now that produces your segments.
Well, I think they handle me a lot. They handle me like fragilely. Not necessarily like a flower, but more like a bomb. Because I do know both sides. And they knew that I knew those, you know, the angles that we come from. So I wasn't necessarily produced like that, but I'll get into it after the reunion. I'll get into it after the reunion. A lot more on the behind the scenes and how they worked with me.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But
Thank
thank
you for
you
having me
so
up,
much. I
Sunny.
appreciate you, love.
All right. Have a good night.
All right, you too. Y'all gonna get me in. Y'all can't get me in trouble. I'm already in trouble. But yeah. Hey now.
Hey, baby, you are so beautiful. I
Thank
always think
you.
you're beautiful.
Oh,
Um, I liked that you as an addition to it when I knew that you were coming to the show when it was, you start seeing the beginning clips of the opening season. And I'm just like, yes, there goes somebody to tear into her and make her feel some kind of way because she is in her feelings about a man that she ain't never been with for real, for real. So I love the fact that you pulled up to the show, and I love the fact that when you came out swinging like this is mine, and I'm gonna stand on it. I love it. Once you
Period.
gave
Don't
that
play with
first
me.
apology, I wish it just would have stopped there, but I kind of noticed how a lot of the cast were kind of bumping you like, oh, we'll try to get her to some understanding. Baby, you cannot reason with an idiot. You can't reason with an idiot. You can't argue with somebody that only want to hear their perspective. You can't argue with nobody that don't want to hear what you saying if you ain't agreeing with them. You can't have no argument with her. And Martell is cut from the same cloth.
My mama said, if you argue with crazy, it makes
It'll
you
make you
crazy.
crazy. It'll make you crazy if you sit up there and try to argue with all that crazy. You
Yeah,
didn't do nothing wrong by finding love. It peculiar how it happened, but love happens that way.
it
But
does.
that wasn't her husband. That wasn't nobody that she had built any kind of life with. You were a jump off for 15 years. And you butt hurt that that woman came through in less than 90 days and stole all your sunshine away. You better put some stank on it, Sonny. You better. You better. I hope you showed out at that reunion good, girl. Issue them all receipts because I'm very much so like that. If you throw me a little bit of shade, I'm going to pull up the whole tree and hit you with it. I love it when a person come for me because come for me and I'm sitting over here quiet and ain't bothering you. Oh, it's been the light all the way off. And I love the way you came with it. I love the way you came with it. And that dinner, when you gave up that face, I was just like, go off, Sonny, go off, go off. I was in front of my TV like, go off, Sonny, go off.
Listen, you
Get
know
her,
what?
get her, get her, get her.
I have to, because I've grown up so much. Like my friends know, like I was a hot head, okay, in terms of when I was young, you know. But I'm a grown ass woman and I have grown into my femininity. I have grown into my peace, and I don't really let niggas mess that up. So
Mm.
in my old head, I'm like, this bitch really don't know who she. But then I'm like, but you've changed, and you're such a pleasant, beautiful young woman now. And I really just had to be like, you know what? I can't let this person let me stoop to a place I've come from years ago. I don't battle with those mature ass problems. Like, that's why I'm woman enough to say, you know what? If you were hurt by something I did and I'm just unaware that I betrayed you so bad or whatever the case,
There wasn't no betrayal.
I'm gonna give you that. Because guess what? I'm trying to be more like the woman I know God want me to be. Because I'm telling you, ma'am, if I go there, I got too much to lose. A bitch sue me, she got something to win. So I'm like, you know
Yeah.
what? Listen, you not worth that. You're not worth my dignity. I'm not gonna embarrass myself on this TV, fighting no woman over no man and going out there. I got my mamas watching, my daddy watching, my great aunts watching, my brother. These are people I respect. I I hold myself, they hold me to a certain level, and I hold myself to a certain level. You know what I'm saying? So the nigga side of me was like, I'll backhand you so hard, I'll tear this whole setup. But the woman that I am today was like, you don't get that. You don't get that.
I want to be like you so bad because I'm sorry. I done got in my mid 40s and I 80 blind, cripple,
Pigs
or
like to
crazy.
play in
Bring me that
mud.
smoke.
Pigs like to play in mud. I am not dirty. I'm not doing it. But now if you walk up a little too close now, it might change. I'm just saying.
Oh yes, that
But
disrupted my
but if you
personal
stay
space.
over there with that, I had to deal with ignorance my whole life. And
Yes.
I'm come from a place where argument, my family just went to a funeral the other day because a nigga got into an argument and somebody that my best friend's cousin's daddy was murdered the other day because he got into an argument. Grown
Wow.
old man, grandpa, shot in the chest,
Wow.
dead. Funeral was Sunday. So I just come from a place where sometimes argument can lead to certain shit. So I just don't give it that much energy. unless it's really time to go down. If it's time to get down, I'm gonna get down on you. Don't. I'm gonna get down, but it ain't that serious for me. So that's
I
what
understand
she
it.
made me like, okay, yeah, we can sit here and argue and fight and we can throw jabs verbally and it can be fun and games. But I'm just looking like I'm not that angry. I'm just not that angry. Um, so yeah, I want to get sassy at times where I'm really like, don't do it because it's not working. And sometimes we gotta just learn to say, you know what, that battle ain't mine. That battle ain't mine.
Oh yes, because
She
your
don't really want
delicate
the
responses
problems.
to her
She don't
eating
really
her
want the
up.
problems. She don't really want the
She,
problems.
yeah, she begged. She one of them people that beg for that action, but then when you give it to her, they call the police on you.
Well, yeah, because
She
let me
one of
tell you,
them people.
when she tried to fight me, I was just standing there. Because one thing about me, I'm not with the theatrics of it all. I'm not the girl that's gonna be yeah. That's the one that get bopped right in her head when she yeah. I didn't even see what the hell was coming. I'm the type that's like, that's what we doing. Nothing else to be said. I'm watching. I'm focused, and I'm ready. But
Yes, ma'am.
she had to have Tisha block her like a safety. And I'm just standing there like, baby, let me tell you something. The way the type of person I am, if I really wanted to, this whole crew would have to hold me down. But hey,
Hmm. Well, don't swing on her because we
I
don't
ain't
want her
doing none of
suing
that.
you.
Child.
We
I
know
ain't doing none of
we
that.
know she broke. We just seen her moving to that storage room, girl. We know she broke. So that I understand you not swinging because that will
Oh,
result
I
in a
want the best for
lawsuit.
her. I want the best for her. She was all the way across the room at the door anyway. I want the
I
best
get
for her. I want the best for her.
I gave up what little respect for Destiny that I had because I am a DV survivor in all
Mm.
seriousness. And when I saw her align herself with Martell the way she did, I knew then that you are lying. And that is nothing to lie about. That is nothing to play with at all. And
No,
people
it's
that have been through that situation would never line up with a man that does the type of things that man has done to his wife, the
What
mother
I would
of
have loved to
four of
see
his
her,
children.
I would have loved to see her. What would have been big of her is in those scenes with him to hold him accountable.
Oh, she's not gonna do that.
If you're friends with him, you should. That would make people be like, okay, you know what? She holding that dude. Okay, she close to him, cool. They got a friendship, cool. But hold him accountable. Hold him accountable. If you're his friend, that's what you know.
I couldn't,
Ain't
I
good
know a
friend.
man like that. I know a man like that. And I couldn't even though I have known that man longer than I knew his wife, when he and this situation got violent, when he hurt that woman in front of her children, you're no longer no one that I will ever speak to again in my life. I could never align myself with a man that would violate his wife like that. And the only reason why I think she holding on to that situation so much is because her hate for Melody. That's one, because Melody didn't jump on that little oh, I'm sorry, I love you. Melody didn't take the bait.
She moves
Melody
with
a sport.
motives, period. I ain't gonna lie. She moves with motives, and everybody can see it. If you just look closely, you can see she moves with
Oh
motives.
yes, I peeped it when she lined up with Martell. When she lined up with Martell, I said everything that woman say is a lie. And then I watched her sit up there and dodge her marriage. Talks about her marriage, but you so butthurt about this woman and her husband. What
Listen,
about your husband?
what girl? What about your man? Where is
What
he?
about your husband? Cause right
Girl,
now it
listen.
looking like you just played. You just caught. You thought you was gonna play LeBarrett, and it got turned on you. And then what you thought you had to fall back on ain't even there no more for you, baby. So you was really twisting in the wind now. Wonder what you gonna
Well,
talk about next season.
well, listen. I appreciate you because you got some good commentary. Thank you for coming up. Make sure you come
Thank you.
and you join my live after the reunion. Okay.
Baby, I be hawking. I've been waiting to talk to you for a minute now. Cause like I say, I think you a beautiful spirit.
You.
I hope God bless you and Moses with a bunch of beautiful babies. Cause I want you to have them like those
Yeah.
steps. I want you to have them like those
Yeah.
steps. Like they go a set of twins, and then maybe by the time y'all get the twins about two, he drop another one on you. I want you to have all
Yeah.
boys, all little
Wait
Paul
a minute.
Bunyan.
I
Yep,
want
I want you to have all boys. You need to have all big straight. You a boy mom. I can see it
I
on
am.
you. You are a boy
I was.
mom.
Yeah.
Cause
I'm
you
definitely a boy mom.
tomboyish.
I
Cause
am.
you tomboyish. You a boy mom. You a boy mom. You not soft like most women get all in their feelings, even though at times they have done maybe crazy things to other women, but if it get done to them, they get all in their feelings. You're not that type of female.
I'm not.
You move accordingly, but you're not a soft woman where you're gonna tip around and pedal and
Oh no.
bridle yourself. You know what I'm saying? So I love that about you. Thank you for letting me up, and I will
Thank
be here
you.
once that reunion show. And when I see you go live, cause I'm ready for you. I've been waiting for you to come out the bushes for
That
two
live
days,
gonna be
girl.
special. That live gonna be special. But I'm gonna be in a studio somewhere. It's gonna be professional. Listen, it's going down.
Your live gonna be looking like one of Mel TikToks.
That's right. It's gonna be going down. Thank you, love.
Thank you.
Okay. Woo. Child, listen. She's about to rile me up. Y'all know I can get riled up sometimes. How you doing?
I'm fine. How you doing,
I'm doing swell. How about you?
girl? I'm good. Just
How
a
was
little sad.
Thanksgiving?
It was okay. I don't do Thanksgiving that much anymore since my mom passed away.
Oh, I'm
But
so sorry.
oh no, I'm good. But I was
Ooh.
with one of my cousins, but I lost my puppy this morning too. So I'm just holding on. But
Praying
look,
for you.
thank you. Then I turned 60 Sunday, this coming Sunday.
Well,
So
amen. See, it's a
I know,
blessing
right?
behind all of that.
It is. So look, I want to ask you, um, as I watched this show,
Mm-hmm.
and you and Moses was on there,
Mm-hmm.
I wish so many times you would have told her you should have fought for your husband harder than you fighting for Moses, for mine.
You know why? I knew I was really trying to
But
trying to show some grace.
but you can't.
Um,
She's the type of person you can't show grace,
but
mercy.
I'm gonna be me. I'm gonna still show if I got grace to give, I'm gonna give it initially. You know what I'm saying? Like initially, I'm gonna just be me. And so I felt that that was the thing to do because I was always the person that was taught to how would you feel if the shoe was on the other foot, be fair, and act out of that first, despite what the person is and who they are. Be yourself first. And so that's what I was giving initially. I was giving grace. I was, um, but I knew why she was fighting for Moses harder than she was fighting LeBird because she wished that Moses was LeBird. She
Yeah.
loved Moses
Mm.
because you'd have to love a man to allow him to be in your space on and off again for 15 years, whenever he in a relationship, out of relationship. Because baby, I ain't never had that type of love.
Me neither.
That gotta be love. She loved
I'm
him.
right.
She loved him.
And
She
now she
wanted that
moved
man.
up with Lance.
And she, she always had that revolving door, or she felt like so when it came to me, she knew that was over with.
Yeah.
And so that was a hard pill to swallow. Like, what? Even through all the girlfriends, the marriages, all the stuff you had going on, I always was able to get back somehow. But now it's over with.
It's over.
So yeah,
But
that hurt her. That hurt her.
now the same thing she's claimed that y'all did to her.
What
Now
we
she
do?
that y'all you and Moses,
Mhm.
she messing with Nell's son, and he just had a baby, so he's back with his wife.
Listen, I have passed the potential good whatever because of shit like that. Oh, you got a baby on the way? I'm gone. Like me, like I didn't never have that much grace for a man. Like there's no man walking. My husband will be the first. He's been the first for a lot of things. I never posted no man. Never. on social media. He was the first because I told people I said I'm not posting no man since my husband. I stood on that. I'm not having no babies until like I just not nothing wrong with it. I ain't knocking nobody, but I just personally don't give men that much to play with me. I don't give you years. I don't give you babies on the way. I don't give you fiancés or whatever. I don't give you that. Nigga, I'm gone. Because I know my worth. And I'll be like, you say what? You say what? You got a baby on the way. I'm cool on that. Like, because that's already drama. Like, why would you walk into a situation with that much attachment?
And
like,
deep down inside, that man gonna always have a feeling for that first baby mama. Okay.
That's why I'm gonna be Moses' first baby mama. You heard me?
I ain't gonna say nothing, but I can see that glow.
Get back.
Look, I'm an old school. I can see that glow.
Yeah, get back. Because I'm Moses' first baby mama. Period.
Look, I said I'm old school. I can see that glow.
Listen, I'm gonna be the first baby mama and the last baby mama.
I know that's right.
Period.
I know that's right. But now she, and the sad part about it is you don't want nobody. You say she bringing my child. I can't. My child is
involved. That's why she tried to
it.
fight me. Okay, this girl said, why did she try to fight me? Because she told everybody I talked about her son, which I wouldn't dare talk about her son. I wouldn't dare talk about her son. I think he's beautiful. I've been around him, on set. He's a beautiful child. There's nothing. I'm not that type of person to sit up and diss nobody.
Yeah, Queen Sheba. Yes, I did woke up Queen Sheba.
Listen, all I did was post a picture of Maury. Oh my God.
I thought his name was Law.
No, I posted a picture of Maury on my story. So she told all the girls that I talked about her son.
Oh. Come on up, Queen Sheba.
Thank you, Queen Sheba, for the super chat.
She knows. She tell her to come on up and I'll go down.
Queen Sheba.
Come on up, Queen.
Queen Sheba got me in trouble.
Come on, Queen Sheba.
I love me some Queen Sheba.
I do too. You see what she said?
I really liked our interview. I think it was super
very professional.
dope. And shout out to Shay Renee for her super chat earlier. I like Shay Renee's commentary as well. And Ebony and all the content creators. Shout out to y'all. Y'all the first ladies. Like, here's the thing. When I first went on Queen Sheba's show, she, was up in the air about Moses and I. And that's why we kind of chimed in one day on her live. Like, we just hopped in the live. That was like our first time hopping on a live and chiming in just randomly. And that was when Moses and I was just like, hey, look, we just fell in love. Like, we ain't trying to, we ain't trying to hurt nobody. We fell in love. And y'all know love is like the most important feeling that we have as humans.
It ain't nothing like
that makes us human, and
of us the way we love them.
We all want love. And I wasn't desperate for love, but I found it. And I found my person.
Did you hear me?
What'd you say?
I said some of us can find true love if we quit holding around.
That was me. I was dead at that moment. I died. Look.
I call her eyeballs.
Ooh, child. Not quit holding around. Listen.
What was that song? It was a song said you can't show your teeth to every guy you meet. No pain, no pain.
You know what? They today they promote women to do their thing. I'm a little old school. My mama 75, my daddy 77. I'm a little old school, so my parents were older when they had me. I got siblings as old as in their 50s, like, so I really have an old soul, and I'm just like, listen, my mama always said, don't give him the milk if he ain't buying the cow.
That's right.
Don't give him the milk if he ain't buying a cow. And you know, I dated a guy one time before my husband
Mm-hmm.
that I like actually went like past a year and gave time to. Now I'm not
Mm-hmm.
saying because I just wouldn't commit if it wasn't right. Okay. And I gave him the cow and he didn't even he didn't buy the cow. I gave him the milk. And you know, we played, I moved in, like this is the first person I ever had lived with, any of that. And this is right before my husband. Not right before, a couple years, you know. But it was the first relationship that I felt
Mm-hmm.
like I took serious because I knew I was looking or wanting marriage. So I was like, you know what? I gotta stop dumping boyfriends after a couple days because they do one thing that I don't like. I gotta like give a dude a time to see if this can work. Uh-uh. I said, no, never again. I get no nigga no 2 years of my time. For what?
Mm-mm.
What we
Mm-mm.
doing? That was the first time, and that's the last time. And I said after that, you won't have more than a couple months to play with me, like to see, like, oh, this ain't out of there. And that's just how I was. I just moved on. I didn't give a lot of time to play with me. I don't think women should.
No,
If it's
because
not
I tell
right,
you this
they
what.
show you what they are immediately. They speak it. If you listen, they're not good at hiding. They're not good at lying. That's why we always catch them and stuff. They are very transparent for real when it comes to who they are. They show you if you just look and listen and be quiet. Stop telling them all the stuff you want. Stop telling them everything you need because then they just play into that. I learned with my husband before him, I just said, I'm gonna let him lead. I ain't gonna insinuate nothing. I'm gonna see what you talking about. I'm gonna just watch. And that's exactly what I did. He spoke marriage from day one. He spoke, I want to build with you. I want a family with you. Da, da, da. From day one, he spoke. And I was just like, oh, yeah, okay. I didn't, oh my God, that's all I've been waiting for my whole life to hear. I didn't do all that. I was just like, oh, okay. Now, when I went home to my friends, I was like, girl, ooh. But I didn't show him that because I was just like, let me see if he's really putting his money where his mouth is.
Mm-hmm.
And I went with the flow in terms of, because I know how sometimes we be like, yeah, I want to be married and I want this and I want that. And they just looking like, you know. And so I was like, I want to see what he's going to do. I let him take the lead and here we are.
Girl, don't Nelly live in St. Louis?
Nelly, he has a home here in St. Louis. My niggas always want to be like Nelly every time we say St. Louis. Yeah, but
But
no,
I got family in St. Louis though.
he yeah, he's always in and out. Yep. I like
Yeah,
Nelly.
I love Nelly. My best friend took me to see Nelly for my 59th birthday
Mm-hmm.
in
Nelly's still
Oklahoma.
fine.
He sure is.
He's always been fine.
Girl, we was at the concert and they was like, yeah, we too old cougars. we,
Look.
we too old
Well,
cougars. But
seeing too much for coming up.
but you know, I
about
think
to
they
get
live in
trouble.
Atlanta now, don't they?
No. I don't know. He does parties and stuff.
She's
He does
pregnant again.
parties and stuff like that, but I don't think he lives in Atlanta now.
I think she's pregnant again.
I hope she is. That's what I'm trying to do. Back to
Back
back.
to back. Back to back.
And be done.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming up though.
I can see your jaws bubbling.
Thank you for coming up.
Are you in any more scenes coming up?
I'll never know until I see the cut.
Well,
We'll see.
Dusty Rag. Her nickname. One person called her Eyeballs.
She was in a lot of scenes these last couple episodes, baby. She made her comeback.
Yeah, but she was with Martell.
Mm-hmm.
And who wanted to be? Is that Queen Sheba?
This is Summer. We're gonna let Summer come on up. But thank you so much.
I'm gone. All right. Bye-bye, baby.
Bye. Hey, Summer.
Hi, can you hear me?
I can. You go. We're gonna be off of here by 11, y'all.
I just have a question. I have been seeing a lot of people saying that Kimmy read Mel at the reunion. Was that true?
She read mail.
Yeah, that's what I
Um,
heard.
I can't give away the reunion.
I
I do
know,
gotta
but
respect the game. You
did
know what I'm saying?
she?
I do gotta respect the game.
I just want to know, like, who won that battle?
Who won it?
Yeah.
I think each of these ladies can hold their own in terms of arguing and stuff like that. Um, I'm really trying to wait to the reunion to speak my whole piece. But it was definitely interesting. It was interesting. Like straight up, I ain't gonna lie. I was in fact I was blown away. I was blown. I can't talk about the reunion, y'all. I'm gonna let y'all gotta watch it now. I gotta respect the craft. I am still a producer at heart. I have to respect the crafts, okay? But somebody told you that?
No, I saw it. I read it on chats. But
Oh no, keep watching, baby. Mhm. You gonna see
all
what
right.
it's all gonna come to light, and then we'll talk about it afterwards. I can't give it away.
All right. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Summer. I know y'all want me to talk about the reunion. Look, we finna get off of here. Thanks for coming tonight. We're at 570. Mm, mm, mm. We started off a little slow, but we still grew. Um, oh, child, the reunion. Oof. Oof. I wish, you know what I wish? I wish we would have done the reunion. I do agree with what Kimmy said. I do wish we would have done a reunion after the whole season instead of like half midway through after the first half. I wish we would have did it like coming up now instead of like because you don't even see like what the second half, what people said, what they had to say. So you coming in with a certain whatever. But until next time, I will be back next week. I sorry guys, I was getting situated, getting stuff together. I will be back. We will keep doing these reviews. And yeah, y'all better listen. When I say I don't know when it airs. I don't know when it airs because they don't tell us until because we don't know how many full episodes, because they always cutting and editing and stuff like that. So,
But I think she just wanted
D.
a different type of.
Okay, D. I guess D didn't mean to do that. But anyway, guys, my doggy needs to go pee pee doo doo one good time. It's time for me to go pee pee doo doo one good time. Now, um, good night and thank you for chiming in. Thank you for the super chats, Shay Renee, Queen Sheba. Thank you guys so much. Make sure you like and subscribe. Come hang out with me next week. May have a co-host on here with me next week. We'll see. And yes, just stay tuned. Keep watching the episodes. And y'all got to come in for the reunion. I'm gonna do a big one for that reunion show. Good night, y'all. And I hope you had a beautiful, wonderful holidays with your family, your friends, and all that jazz. Say your prayers tonight. And I love y'all. Good night.